Hello and welcome to this short tutorial. My name is Chris Klupfel and I am a photographer and video dude in Munich, Germany. So today I want to talk to you about data management. Well, why do you have to care about data management, you might ask? Because I assume that if you are a YouTuber or if you create videos or just take photos, even just for hobbies, the chances are big that at some point in your life you're gonna lose the data. And if nobody pays for that, that's totally fine. But what do you do when you took a picture of your grandfather and last month he died and you lose that photo? It's gone forever and you can't replace him. So what do you do? On the other hand, if you have clients, giving you work and pay for your work, you want to be as professional as you can be. And as a creative, it's not only your responsibility to deliver what you promised. Actually, it's under promise and over deliver. And your client really doesn't care about your data management as long as you don't lose his stuff. So what is one way to really manage your data and to be safe and to not always have to worry about that? So stay tuned and watch this. All right, so let's see what we can do. This is the vice versa program. I already fired it up, and let's just create a new profile. And as you can see, it's blank, and let's add some source and target folders. So my source will be a folder that I already prepared for this tutorial here, and it is in in film, and its name is vice versa test. And as you can see, the subfolder in the main one is vice versa test archive, written in German. And this is important because I want to show you something that is pretty amazing. But I will select the main folder here. Actually, you know what? Let's select for curiosity the film folder as a source. And I want to go to my target, which is the archive. And it's a server, so it's right here. And I want to put it into film and click OK. So the source is my laptop and the target is my archive as a server. It also works if you do this from server to another server. So click OK. And as you can see, when I click on edit, it has selected include subfolders. So it will search through all the subfolders in a main folder. And in our case, it will go through this film folder, and then it will do what I set in these profile settings. So as you can see, you can select folders. There you can see the folders that I selected, but I want to go further in selecting a specific folder because as I mentioned before, I have a server that is dedicated to live work, and this is work that I do on a daily basis. Once that is finished, I want it to be put into my archive folder. So therefore I want to create a subfolder filter, and I will add a filter. Now here you can see exclude or include. I want to include, and I want to put in the mask. The folder had tests archive, written in German. So that is my filtering mask, and it will only include these types of folders with this in the name. So let's see. We don't need file filters because we want to, copy an entire folder. So let's click before we click OK, we go to execution method. And this is different from when I copy files from my laptop to my LiveWorks server, because this is going to be archived and I don't want to have space occupied in my LiveWorks server anymore if that is copied. So I will go to replication update target and click this option, move to target. And what this will do is it will copy the file, or in this case, the entire folder, to my archive server. And then it will go through a checksum. I think it is, yeah, it's right here. I will click verify copy operation by checking CRC. And what it will do, when I click move to target, it will first of all copy the folder to the archive, but once it's done, it will check the folder in the archive and in the LiveWorks servers if they match, and not only that, it will check both checksums of that folders if they are identical. So you can be sure to the last bit that this is the right folder that it just copied. So if it verifies the identity of both folders, that they are the same on a bit level, it will start to delete the folder from the source, which was in this case my laptop hard drive. But if I had used my LiveWorks server, it would start to delete the archived files from my LiveWorks servers, because from now on they live in my archive. And let's see what it does. I just click OK, and I can click compare. So this is basically the first stage that I would set up a automated profile in vice versa, because up until this point, I don't know what it will do. So I would set up a test folder. So you can see excluded subfolders 290, and it shows you the source and the target. So let's click OK. What I want to do is I want to preview what it will do, and it gives you an overview. It gives you an overview of the things that it will do, and specifically it will say subfolders to add, and I click that, and it will say it will add the subfolder or the entire folder of vice versa test, and specifically the folder vice versa test archive. And everything else is excluded because we set the mask. So I could click on execute, or I just close that. And I could actually go to save this profile. So let's just call it profile 1. And it is saved. Now I want to go to my scheduler, which is also a part of the program of vice versa. And there are certain tasks that are already added. I want to add a new task, and this task is vice versa. So this task, as you can see, you can say, okay, what do you want to do? You want to do this profile that I just created, and it is called profile 1, which we will select, and then we will say open profile performs comparison, and we will say opens profile performs comparison, executes 100% hidden. So I will give this a go. I want to go to my plan, and I'm going to click on new, and I would say that archiving files, for the purpose of this tutorial, let's say we want to do this in daily. Let's say that I have a computer in my studio that runs 24/7, so I want to do this when I'm not in the studio. I want to automate that process, and I will say, like, let's say 11 p.m. That sounds okay. And it should do this each day. So I don't want this to quit after 72 hours, so I will just put out that hook. So if we click OK, I will be asked to for my password. I would just, put in my password and that's it. So let's just do that for this tutorial. And there you can see it's this job that it was created. So let's say that it would run these tasks. I can actually start this manually, or it would wait till 11 p.m. and then start this. So let's just run this right now and see what happens. Shouldn't take too long because it's just one empty folder. And it says completed successfully. So let's just minimize this program and take a look at the server if it really did this. So we are in my archive and let's go to film, and you can see vice versa test, and there is the subfolder. So we actually made a total file transfer from my laptop to my archive. Let's take a look if it's still in the location that we picked before, which was also film. You can see the main folder is still there, but the folder inside of that main folder is not anymore. So it will specifically search for that vice versa test archive. And if I just selected vice versa test in the folder filter, it would have deleted this folder as well. So I hope this was helpful, and well, back to you, Chris. So I hope this was helpful in some kind. If you found it helpful and interesting, please subscribe and consider liking this video, and stay tuned for other content just like this. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye bye.